Hey guys, it's me Chandrik, and today we will talk a little bit in brief about the preparation of Nilou. So we will know what the material we need, like what's the artifact that you may try, the weapon that you may try, all the team. Not all of them I think will work perfectly, but later when you try, when you got Nilou, you can try either from what my recommendation though. Other than that, I will talk a little bit about the kit, the good and bad about the everything about the kit, and I will tell you maybe what's the problem or something like that. And regarding pull or not, you can just refer to my old video, like who should you pull in 3.1. I will put the link in description because I already state again I don't want to kind of make the video also longer. So let's get started. So let's start with the Nilou first in general. They say Nilou in general is support character though. So I believe even though she can become DPS, maybe it will be require a higher constellation. So I think for the base, she will be more into support and can change certain element effect under specific condition to benefit the team. So she kind of like support character, but so specific on specific thing though. So that's why I already told in the like past video that Nilou probably it will be good, but maybe she is a very specific character, kind of niche type character though, and it's quite rare for Hydro though, because usually Hydro is pretty general. And in here, the material, the talent spot, and the level that we need is the normal stone. In here, the Padisvara, I believe. And oh my god, another spore. A lot of people using spore in Sumeru. Here, the new boss, new the talents, and you can just check all the accumulation from 1 to level 1 to 10 for the talents, and level 1 to 90 for the level itself, though. And all the credits goes to the Cobalt. He or she or they probably post in the Reddit. So big thanks. I will put the credits in the description. Now we talk about talent spot Nilou. Normal and charge attack active special, so we can skip. And the elemental skill in here, Dance of Half Scarves, but hopefully I pronounced correctly. And here Nilou has two kinda different effects. So the sword dance and whirling steps though. Basically in here you just need to do tap 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 until Nilou finish all the combos. So pretty kinda long elemental skill, which is I will say it's unique. In here also Nilou will enter pure state. Pretty arty name. And then also you will dealing hydro damage that based on Nilou match HP. So this is very important also. All the hydros depends on Nilou match HP. And then also it will say that all the damage will be converted to hydro damage that cannot be overridden though, so take note of that. And consider this as elemental skill damage. So I'm not sure if the 4 piece of heart upgrade can work, which is the only state can work for normal attack though, so I don't know. So we will see. You should do more testing. And here we can just skip. And here in this state also Nilou cannot perform charge attack though. So if you in order for you to do the charge attack again, you should blue leaf, so the effect will be removed, so you can do the charge attack again. But what's the point, right? Because pretty much physical we don't need also. So in here also the wheeling step effect though. So when you going for the wheeling step effect, Nilou will do the kind of wheeling wheel like that. You already see this one, and then will dealing AoE damage and create the aura. And also whenever that enemy around the Nilou itself, it will apply wet like Barbara, so which is not bad for elemental skill. A lot gimmick in elemental skill honestly. For the now for the elemental burst, it's actually very simple. Nilou will do the dance and it will dealing AoE hydro damage that based on max HP again, applying the ion effect, which is this ion effect will give like hydro damage to the enemy itself to apply of course hydro though. So yeah, it's pretty simple in here, and as we can see that it's very reliable on max HP on Nilou itself though. So in here another gimmick, I believe this is a passive from the Nilou itself, the Court of Dancing Petals. I'll just make it short. So basically in here, after Nilou do the third dance, see the third dance, and you do the perform the hydro application, it will trigger bloom, right? It's supposed to be, but this time it's not bloom that trigger. It will trigger the golden chalice bounty though. So that's the substitute of the bloom itself though for 30 seconds. So in here, instead we will get the dendro course that we will usually get. This one we will have a different course that you see it's a little bit bigger, and in this state called is a golden chalice bounty though. So this golden chalice bounty gives you effect for increase of elemental mastery for 100 for 10 seconds, which is actually very good. And also this core that makes it different from the Endo cores, that it bursts quickly compared to the bloom that you have to wait. This is like much faster and bigger AoE though. So this is kind of, will say, the premium version of the Andro core. So it makes like stronger, bigger, better, something like that though. But take notes, although they are better, but these bountiful cores or the golden chalice bounty that produce core cannot trigger the hyper bloom or bargeons. It's only pure for that bloom itself though. So if you kind of want to utilize Hyperbloom and Barjun, then yes, you cannot use this core. You have to use the normal Dendro cores though. So yeah, that's overall from Nilou Talents. I would just say in overall Nilou Kit is pretty interesting, especially the elemental skills kind of have four or three different sequence though that make it kind of combo just in the elemental, very unique and have different effect and gimmick, and I feel it's very interesting. Also the passive kind of like to play in a certain way, it's quite unique. I would say, but in the end, it's kind of double-edged sword. It's unique, but it makes it hurt into very niche, very specific. You even see in here the Golden Chalice Bounty, the Dendro Core Substitute, can only work with the pure bloom itself because it cannot trigger the hyper bloom or bargain though. Yes, you can maybe trigger the bloom, normal bloom itself by other character, right? But in the end, she lose the value again. So if you want the very maximum mice of the Nilou support, then you have to use the pure bloom, no no hyper bloom, no even barrier. So it's only pure Dendro and like Pyro itself though. So and she is support and it's super niche though, and I don't really like that support that's super niche. Even Shenhe that's niche, but it's not like say like, oh, I support cryo, but only for melt reaction, but for frozen reaction. No, Shannon just buff everything in cryo, but Nilou can only like support in specific bloom only though, not even Bargain or Hyper Bloom. So I would say it's good, but it's very niche that for me it's kind of lose value. So in short, I would say that she's probably a good support, but it's just like she is a very VVIP premium support though, because it's only specifically really boost you massively in the pure bloom reaction though. So if you kind of maybe fans in bloom, then she's probably one of it though, the one that you should do though. But other than that, she kind of lose value. Now we will talk about the 5-star weapon. There's a couple of them that I will recommend. For sure the best one is the Key of Kaichinisu, the signature weapon of Nilou. I don't know what's the effect because I will usually wait for the final product. I don't want to see the beta one. So I believe probably either they will put either in EM or HP effect though, so something like so. For sure will be the best though. And the other one that I recommend, which is the Primordial Jet Cutter, although the crit rate probably will not super essential in Nilou, but at least it will increase her personal damage also, right? And the effect also good in increasing HP from the Nilou, which is mostly her power come to the max HP. So I think this weapon will be good. Other than that, Mid Splitter I think will be good also, because the effect of the crit damage and elemental damage also will increase from the effect, which is not bad. And I think Freedom Sword will be a very good also, because it based on EM. So if you want to trigger the bloom itself, it will be very beneficial, and the effect also very good to buff the team also. For the Forsal, actually, I have hard time to find which one that's suitable for Nilou, because there's actually no something weapon that based on HP itself though. But I think one that you can try also Iron Sim, because it's at least it's elemental mastery and increased elemental damage that can benefit on Nilou itself from the bloom itself. Other than that, you can try the Ally Flash. I think Ally Flash, although it's not really that free, but you can get from gacha. But if you have that, I think you can equip that also, because it's also work quite the same like how the Iron Sting will did too. So either that, or maybe you can try the Sacrificial Sword. I don't know, a Sacrificial Sword can reset the Nilou elemental skill because it's pretty unique, but if it can, I think it will be not bad also for the Nilou itself though. For the artifacts, there's really a lot possibility for you to put for the Nilou itself though, because it's either like HP based or elementary mastery based though. So the first one that I think I will try is the one that very classic, that very safe, which is 2-piece of Tenacity and 2-piece of Heart of Depth though, because I think this is classic that cannot be go wrong. But other than that, you may try either 2-piece of Tenacity Millilith with the 2-piece Wanderer, or either like the Gilded Dreams Skateboard of the Mesem effect though. Other than that, you may also try the. Other than that, you can try the 4-piece of Gilded Dreams also. And the really last one, you may try like the combination between either maybe Heart of Depth, the Gilded Dream, something like that you can mix match. But the top two that I really want to try is either 2-piece of Tenacity Millilith with 2-piece Heart of Depth, or Tenacity with 2-piece Heart of Depth or Gilded Dreams. For the artifacts mindset, actually a lot option that you can do for the Nilou itself though. So first one, you can try full HP, or full second elemental, full elemental mastery, or the third one is mixed with crit also for the own personal damage though. But if you want just to follow the kit itself, then you should just the safest one, you can just stack everything with HP. So in here HP, and in here HP also though. But if you don't have HP, then you can do the higher damage bonus, I think is fine, or either elemental mastery. And in here also, if you don't have like HP or whatever, you can just put elemental mastery, so and match something like that though. For the subset, because we already focus on full EM or HP, then the first one you should prioritize focus crit damage to make it more balanced. And the second subset, either you will go for EM or HP, depend what you put already on the main set, right? So depends what you need. Then the third one is energy recharge, because energy recharge is still important for you to maintain the energy regain. For the TM, actually not much that I can recommend for Nilou, because Nilou is very limited into Bloom itself though, so you cannot really do much interruption with other than just use a Bloom team, right? So I think the one that the best is you can put 2 and 2, so you can utilize the both of the resonance. That I think is very good. So you can go for Nilou in here, pretend Candice is Nilou, and Kokomi for the heal, and then the MC and Kole as a application of the Dendro itself though. I think it will work good in Nilou right now, at least, because I think we still need something that very decent to support also for Nilou, but I don't know when though. Other than that, if you really want to go more crazy without heal, then you can go for Yelan. I think it will more crazier, because we will get additional kinda like boost from the burst itself, because the burst also hit hard, right? I can maybe put Sincho, because it's more a little bit safety, because it can heal you a little bit from the Sincho elemental skill. So which is, yeah, it's either you want to put Yelan or Sincho if you kind of want more offensive though. Other than that, I actually don't know. Probably if you want to sacrifice the Dendro itself, then you can just go for the Kazuha. But again, I think going 2 and 2 is still better for Nilou itself though, because the resonance actually very good, because it increased 25% of the HP. It's kind of sacrificed the Nilou potential also, so I still want to maintain the 2 of Hydro though. But other than the 2 Dendro, you may sacrifice it, but I still like it also, the effect of 2 Dendro. So see, it's very limited and very niche in terms of the team, even for Nilou, if you want that work very good. So if you ask me which one should you pull, the weapon banner or go for Constellation for Nilou, at least for C2, because usually in their the signature weapon level is around like C2 character, or even more for the C2 itself though. But for me, for this time, this weapon banner is actually very good if you're kinda Nilou Wanters though, because let's say you failed to get the key of Kachniso, then you get Primordial Jet Cutter, right? I would say it's still a win-win, because this Primordial Jet Cutter also good because gives you like HP advantage, right? And also this weapon actually very good for general sword user though. So I'll say this weapon is very solid and win-win. It's quite rare also to get like such a solid weapon like this though. So maybe you can just pull for the weapon banner first if you are kinda Nilou Wanters, and the next time you can go for the Constellation. So thank you so much for watching. All the best with your Nilou pull. Hopefully you get like double weapon or double Nilou probably, so it will make you more happy. And I will see you next time. If you like, feel free to hit subscribe button and like. Bye bye.